Hello everyone, this is Matt from Real World Review, and today I want to do something new. Today I am going to do something that I've wanted to do, and pretty much what it is I have this little thing, which should be somewhere around here, and if I scroll through it, it'll actually tell me a bunch of articles. So what I want to do is I want to go over those articles and I want to talk to you guys about this and let you know kind of how I'm feeling about it and what I would change. I don't know. I've been going through these for quite a while, and some of them I'm just like, wow, that is horrible. Other times I gain a lot of information. So if anything, I might be able to help you by having me talk about these articles. So yeah, so this is going to be the first time I'm doing this. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing this, not yet at least, but one thing I want to do is I want to switch up the camera every time I can. So right now we're filming on the Pixel 2, and this is going to be at 1080p at 60 frames per second. Something that the Pixel 3 can't do. Either way, let's get started. So I'm just going to grab a few of these. So I'm not going with this one because it's talking about renders, and that's kind of pointless to me, at least. Let's grab AT&T misleading customers by updating phones with fake 5G icon. I know a little bit of information about that, but I'll talk about that with you. Nintendo Switch games are now being sold in the Humble store, and I think that's pretty cool, so let's talk about that a little bit more. And let's talk about the KitchenAid Smart Assistant. Okay, so this one is from The Verge. AT&T misleads customers by updating phones with fake 5G icon. So I heard about this the other day, and I believe it was the S8 or S9. I don't know. Maybe I should just read this. Okay, so this is the S8 Active, the LG V30, and the LG V40, which is interesting because it's not the S8, it's not the S8 Plus, not the S9, not the S9 Plus, not the Note 8, not the Note 9, but it's the Galaxy S8 Active, which is a little bit interesting. The E in the 5G logo is supposed to tip you off so it isn't real 5G, which is just some marketing nonsense, which is true. But there's no way of knowing that just from looking at the logo. The E is smaller than the rest of the icon, and even if you do learn 5GE stands for 5G evolution, it isn't immediately clear what it means. So you can see right here it says AT&T says 5GE connectivity will reach average real-world speeds of around 40 megabits per second. So 40 megabits per second is pretty much what I get at work on my Wi-Fi. At home, in the good areas, not everywhere, but at home I get 120 megabits per second. So 5G is a fourth of what I'm getting and about half of what my LTE picks up in certain areas, because I pick up about 80 to 100 megabits per second in certain areas, not everywhere, but in a few areas I actually pick up that much. So AT&T is bragging that their new network is not faster than their current network, I think. Essentially what this is it's just AT&T kind of bending the truth. I mean, I guess technically it could be 5GE, which is their own sort of, I believe their own, I'm not too sure about that, but I'm pretty sure it's their own sort of 5G that they're coming out with. It's not going to be 5G as in the 5th generation. So this isn't the first time this has happened. You've actually had 3G before, 3G.5, which is actually what AT&T called 4G at first. Then there was 4G LTE, although Sprint came in and called it WiMAX first before they came out with the LTE. It's a very weird system. Verizon actually came out with LTE. I'm not saying these are all the first, but that's what they did. And I'm not trying to bash on AT&T for doing this. I'm just trying to let you guys know that this isn't the first time this has happened. But anyway, let's move on. So Nintendo Switch and 3D games are now sold on the Humble store. I think that's pretty cool, but here is my only complaint, and it's kind of a stupid one, but these games are all the regular $60 price. I mean, a few of them are $20. Like we have Captain Toad, that one's $40. Splatoon, which is $80. And then for the Nintendo 3DS, you have Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Red version for $10. That's kind of crazy. I didn't realize they had these. But even then, we have Pokemon Ultra Sun, that's $40. The reason I'm disappointed is because Humble has these bundles, and essentially you can buy this software, and the nice thing about it is I'll show you. So you kind of choose what you want to pay for it. So essentially, you could pay whatever you want. Obviously, they give you certain things for that. Like, for example, I can make it $14.17, and then I get whatever I just did. And then they have a $25 content, which you could pay for that. This is a bad example because I don't know what I'm buying. But either way, the nice thing about it is, in some cases, and I'm pretty sure in most cases, they actually support a charity of your choice, or they kind of let you know what you're supporting. I'm not too sure if they still do it now, but what I used to be able to do is, it used to have a few bars, and it would tell you if you're paying $10, $3 would go to Humble, $6 would go to something else, $1 would go to something else. And you could choose if you wanted to be 334, or if you wanted to be 190. I don't know if you could do 190. But either way, you could decide how much you want to give to what you want to give to, if that makes sense. And that's something that they tell you about right here. It says, unfortunately, it appears that Nintendo games sold through Humble Store do not qualify for charity contributions or Humble rewards. So obviously what that means is you can't get rewards from it, and some of that money does not go to charity, which is a little bit disappointing. But I mean, the games are $60. That's how much they cost in the e-store. That's how much they cost if you buy the physical cartridge. So it kind of makes sense, but still it's a little bit disappointing just because it is Humble. But other than that, that's pretty cool. I forgot to mention that Polygon was the one who did this article. I didn't really go through it that much. I mean, it's a little bit obvious. It just talks about the fact that they're selling those titles, and they're also selling a few other older titles. But they're only made for the 3DS. The Nintendo Switch ones, those are made for the Nintendo Switch. You can't play like NES games on the Nintendo Switch. I wish they did that, but they have an online feature that allows you to play them for free, so that's probably why they do that. And lastly, Ars Technica is talking about the KitchenAid, which is a Google Smart Display that is water resistant, which makes a lot of sense. It is interesting that they went with an IPX5 rating instead of like an IP67 or IP68. For the size of this, it seems a little bit weird that they wouldn't just go all out with the certification, but I don't own KitchenAid, so yeah. But if I did, I would want them to do that. I also highly doubt that KitchenAid is the one manufacturing this. I mean, obviously they're distributing it and they have manufacturing plants, but I'm pretty sure some other company is the one who's making all the parts. I mean, just like they do with phones and everything. So this has a 10-inch touchscreen with a Google Assistant on it, which makes sense. And it also has some smart home controls. Apparently the big feature about this is that it's actually smaller than devices that have a 10-inch screen. So like I said, it has an IPX5 rating, which pretty much means it's not going to be able to be submerged, but if water does get on it, it's not going to die. KitchenAid says it's resistant to faucet water, which is pretty standard, I feel. Obviously, there's going to be no reason that you're actually submerging it underwater, but if you need to have it cleaned, you can, just get like a wet wipe, or I guess spray it with a faucet. I don't know. That's kind of a strange one. It says you should unplug it first. That is a good idea. So essentially it's a Google Home Hub, and it's coming with Yummly built into it, which I have used a few times, and it's okay. It's just like an app for recipes and stuff like that, and it works out. They have videos and stuff like that to it. I don't want to get too much into it, but that's pretty cool that it's built in. I mean, it is a free app, but still, that's pretty cool. I mean, it makes sense. It's not like KitchenAid is actually just trying to put this out and take your money. They're actually putting it out and making sure that it's a worthwhile product. And it says that it's going to come in the second half of 2019, so after the summer, and it's going to cost about $200 to $300. So this is something to look forward to. Or if you know someone who somehow doesn't have one of those smart homes and is someone who likes to cook, then maybe you can get this for Christmas, or if they have a later birthday, you might be able to get this for them. $200 to $300, it seems like a lot, especially when the Google Hub is $150. I don't know if the Google Home Hub has water resistance, so maybe this is a better option. The only thing that kind of concerns me is it doesn't really talk about the processor, it doesn't talk about anything else. Not saying that the Google Smart Displays generally talk about that as well, but I would like to know what's in there, so then when software updates come out, is this going to slow down? What's going to happen with it? So I'd like to know a little bit about that. But yeah, now I'm a little bit skeptical. I thought this was going to be like a stupid thing and I was going to bash this, but this actually seems kind of interesting. And that's about it. I will leave the links in the description, hopefully. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video, And I mean, let me know. Give me some feedback. Let me know in the comment section or on Twitter at MattofRWR. Feel free to follow me on any of the social media listed right here. And make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos like this. And obviously it'll let me know if this is a good idea or not. And hit that bell button so then YouTube will actually let you know when those videos come out, along with the review videos and repair videos and so on and so on. I have a couple other video ideas planned, so look forward to those. Thanks for watching.